Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Hoping to have a better shave today because yesterday just pissed me off, and I'm hoping I'm going to get something nice out of this one today. Using a soap which I struggled with before, got a great lather from this one, albeit a bowl lather. I'm going to try and face lather it today. It's got spices and stuff in it, so more than likely I'll get a reaction from it and I'll be pissed off again, but let's just see how we go. I've got a little spot here which I've been picking over the past few days. I'm terrible when I get a spot, I keep picking it. Yeah. I've got one down here ingrown here which I've just plucked, so well, I think I plucked it, I mean I plucked a different ear, I'm not sure. Anyway, the soap for today, West Coast Shaving Winter Spice. Lovely pinky reddy colour. And this just takes me back to sitting by the fire back at mum and dad's house in Scotland. Freezing cold winter night, Christmas time. My mum used to burn every single candle and incense stick that stunk of cinnamon that she could get her hands on, and that's exactly what it smells like, and I love it. It smells like hot cross buns, Christmas time, and it's just, it sort of matches quite a few different times of the year. It just brings back great memories. Scent strength off the puck is probably about a 4.5. I wouldn't say it's much stronger than that. Same problem that I had with the bay rum that was sent to me way back. I was sent a puck of this along with a razor to trial from West Coast Shaving. It's got that big gap here, so it fills up. It doesn't really bother me, but it does bother some people. So just to let you guys know, if you do buy it, you do get that gap, and it's such a hard puck of soap you can't just squish it down the sides, it doesn't work. Brush for today, Wolf Whiskers. Oh, blueberry pie, Odyssey shaped handle. Love these size handles, they're great. With the 24mm Black Wolf bulb, and it's as soft, just beautiful brush. Oh, I was going to wet my face there. I'm getting a bit excited. Getting excited of having a good shave. Or hopefully a good shave. Just shake out the excess from the brush, and then I just go straight on the dry puck. I'm just going to see how I go with this. Really struggled with this soap when I went onto the dry puck when I first tested it. I did not have a Black Wolf, not back then, or I don't think I had any half decent synthetic knot. I think it would have been more likely been a natural hair knot that I used. Just dipping the tips and then back on again. What I'm looking for here is to try and fill the brush knot up with thick, pasty soap, so that when I do apply it to my face and add the water in, it doesn't just turn into a foamy mess, which is what this tended to do the last time that I used it. The scent's picking up a little bit, I'm getting some extra. Maybe a nutmeg or something, getting something else from it now. So personally, it's probably best to bloom this soap, but I want to make sure, I want to just try and see if I can get this to work by just loading straight off the puck, dry, with a Black Wolf knot, which in my opinion makes a difference, this knot you're trying to gather. It's got great backbone, but it's so dense that it really gathers up the soap. Right, I'm just going to go for it at that. So my brush looks an absolute disaster now. I mean, one thing I remember about West Coast Shaving soap, it actually says on the front, most likely, hold on, let me have a look. Quite possibly the world's greatest shaving soap, handmade in the USA. This stuff has got slickness like nothing else I've ever used. Even if you get a shit lather, this stuff is so slick you can still shave with it. Anyway, let's wet the face. I have offloaded my Grapelicious. I've offloaded my Snow Dog from K Shave Works. I've got Fizzy Orange and I've got Limelight still up for sale and trade. If any of you guys are interested at all whatsoever, just hit me up with a message on YouTube or Facebook, or comment on the video and I can get in contact, or email me at anothercutabove@gmail.com. And yeah, here we go. Let's just see how we go with this lather. I've got a sneaky suspicion this is going to irritate me because it's got lots of spices in here, but let's just see. And let's see if I can get a great lather from it, with a face lather from a dry puck, using this brush, this knot, because these knots are superb, and this would be a great test for it as to whether it can whip up a lather from a difficult soap. It's paint some water in now. I have had people say that this one has reacted to them, so I'm a bit worried, just a bit. It's funny because I can eat all these herbs and spices, I don't get any issues. Plant it on my face and boom, irritation. Same with Grapelicious. I love grape Jolly Ranchers. Used to love grape soda. I don't really eat them now because of my lifestyle choices, but I know I can eat them without any issues. Oh, that was a big dip of water. I want to try and be careful with how much water I add to this, because too much water and I'm likely to completely ruin the lather. Well, I can tell you right now that I'm quite amazed, because this stuff was notoriously difficult for me to lather, and others, not just myself, but other people struggle with the West Coast shaving. As you can see, no such issues with the Black Wolf. Right, the razor for today is actually up for sale at the moment, and it's also up for trade. I'm actually looking to try and get myself a hold of a one blade. Since I got hold of the Wunderbar from Razor Rock, my timeless razor has become not redundant, but sort of redundant. I sort of fluctuate between my Mergress and my Wunderbar now. So I was just looking for something a bit different. So if anyone watches this that's got a one blade they don't use or don't like, and fancy trying a 0.95 open comb scalloped head timeless razor, let me know. It's also up for sale at the moment as well. I'm not quite settled on a price yet, but see how I go. Got a brand new Kai blade in it today. I did read an interesting article. It wasn't really an article, someone did a review of these Kai blades. And what struck me immediately from it was when they did the, I don't know what machine he uses or what instrumentation he uses to measure it, but it had the same sharpness as a derby blade straight out of the packet. So he was very surprised, because people, including myself, I see this up there with the feather blade for sharpness. So after the first shave with it dropped from 52, and I think the feather blade was a 32 or something like that, around about a 32 or a 34. I can't remember exactly. After the first shave with this, it dropped down to 40 something, 46 or 44. After the third shave, it dropped down to 38, which is amazing. It's a blade that gets sharper the more you use it, which makes complete sense to me. Because I think it was 8 face shaves and 5 head shaves out of one blade, and it still felt great. The spot's doing my head in. So I do find these blades, first pass, not uncomfortable, but you can feel it just slightly. It's not tugging, but it's just not cutting super efficient. I think I've just sliced myself there, not paying attention. Right, moment of truth. Can we get a second lather out of it without it going eerie? Don't get me wrong, I'm not too bothered with the second lather, because that's the one that you just need the slickness. The scent strength on it now is it's actually died down a little bit. I would say it's around about a 4. Still smell it, smells lovely. I'm glad it's not as strong because I think I would be getting a reaction to it, which I'm not at the moment, surprisingly enough. Across the grain. Yeah, I definitely thought I'd be getting some sort of reaction with this. With it being so herby and spicy. So far, so good. So surprisingly enough, I'm getting a pretty good lather out of it, a really good lather actually. And it's pretty protective, but the slickness is it's as good as anything I've used. And I said that when I first used West Coast shaving. I'm going to close up this nick down here. It's starting to piss me off. I'm still a bit swear mode from yesterday. I wasn't a happy camper yesterday. I should really have done a residual slickness test, but I've took all the soap off my face now. Right, lather number 3. And this is real testament to the synthetic brushes, synthetic knots, because I'm telling you right now, there's no way that I'm getting a lather like this with this soap from a dry puck with a natural hairbrush. It just ain't happening. It does not have the ability to do it, in my opinion. So you can all jump up and down at how much I'm slaughtering the old natural hairbrush in this shave, but this lather is incredible compared to what I've had from West Coast shaving before, trying to get it with a natural hairbrush. And it's not just me, I'm not the only one that's struggled with it. A lot of people have struggled with this, so it's not the easiest to lather. In fact, if I'm brutally honest, I could probably whip up Mitchell's wool fat with this brush, with this knot. Which is a bit of a bold statement for me, because I was dreadful with that soap. Yeah, it's very slick, this stuff. I don't remember exactly what the costing was on this. I remember when I looked way back when I actually trialled it and tested it, that it wasn't an expensive soap at all. Based off just the shape alone, it's worth it. It's worth having in the den. It's got a lovely scent. I'll just see if I can do a bit of a residual slick. I'll just cut that bloody cut open again that I've just closed. Yeah, the slickness is excellent once again. It really is nice stuff. And I'm very pleased to say that I've had a super smooth shave. Got no irritation. I've got nothing round about my lips now to piss about with. Just a wee bit there. Beautiful. What a lovely pick me up shave. Just close that bad boy up. So, it's Tuesday over here. So this is technically my 7th, I think it's actually about my 10th shave in a row, days in a row. I'm turning out the new Chris Bailey since he's disappeared. 7 days to go into the giveaway, so it'll be a week today that I'll be doing the giveaway. And I've just sent a couple of parcels off, one with my Great Delicious and Snowdog in it, and one that I've just piffed a few soaps as part of a trade to Kenny Ruberal, who sent me all those soaps just for no reason whatsoever, just that he didn't want them anymore, and a couple of them that he really enjoyed but he had doubles, so he sent them to me. So just in kindness and as a thank you, I've sent the stuff back to him, so I hope he enjoys them. They're on their way today. The spot's still pissing me off. Great shave, really enjoyed that. Let's move on to the Thea's Medicaid, which cinnamon in the soap, clove in the Thea's. So sticking to that lovely. Oh yeah. Now it's surprising the amount of clove that is in this Thea's that it doesn't burn my face off compared to some other things. I have struggled with one bay rum scent before. Can't remember what one it was. I had a bit of a reaction to it. In fact, it might not have been a bay rum, it might have been like a Silk Road. It wasn't Silk Road because that was rolled back and it was fine. I don't remember. There was a clove scented soap which I used, which I did struggle a little bit with irritation. It wasn't bad, but I'm starting to panic about every soap that I use now. And it's hard because I've got hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of soaps, some of which I've used and really enjoyed, and I'm just worried now when I go back to them like Great Delicious and the K Shave Works range, are they not going to work anymore? I know, out of all the world problems, that's the only thing I'm worried about right now, really. So I haven't really got anything to be worried about. I've only just recently found out there was another sort of terror attack over in Melbourne today, where quite a few people have been killed. It's just unbelievable. Lovely jubbly. Right, the soap today was West Coast Shaving Winter Spice Cinnamon Scented Soap. Just smells like cinnamon wax candles at Christmas time. That's what it smells like. Cinnamon, clove, bit of spice, bit of nutmeg, other bits and bobs in there. It smells a bit like a hot cross bun or a Christmas pudding. It's just got that sort of beautiful aroma. It's quite cool here today, so that's why I sort of picked it. Comes in a little tub like that, a little tin like that. all that's in here is water, coconut oil, vegan glycerin, stearic acid, prop glycol, sorbitol, bentonite clay, fragrance and essential oils. Very, very clean set of ingredients. So I'm very happy with that, and it lathered like a real good quality soap in my opinion. It was really, really nice, and I'll obviously find what the post shave feels like in a couple of minutes, or a minute or so, once that phase dries in a bit for me. The brush, Wolf Whiskers. There we go. Blueberry pie colours. It's really hard to show you guys. It really is. This brush is absolutely beautiful in your hand, and I find that with most brushes, I mean, this has got beautiful like glitter fleck all the way through it. A couple of bits of sort of see-through purpley red. It's just beautiful. Lovely 24mm bulb knot, and I wouldn't have this brush if it weren't for Troy Hove, who now has the Baldwin Custom Manchurian, and it was a great swap. Both happy with each brush that we had, and since then sent a couple of things to each other as well through trades and stuff, so it's worked out really well, that one. Timeless 0.95 open comb, scalloped head. Beautiful razor, it really is. It's a lovely razor. I just don't have any need for it. I'm not a person that stores and keeps loads of razors. I'm not interested. I would rather have razors in the den that get constant use or get a lot of use. So this one is up for sale and trade at the moment. It's up for trade for a one blade with, I mean, it's in mint condition. I know it's been used, but there's not even a scratch on it. It gets polished up after I use it every single time. Just needs a little bit of a clean with the toothbrush just to get some of the soap and stuff off it, and that'll be it sorted. But yeah, so if you're interested in a trade or buy it, just let me know. anothercutabove@gmail.com, or post a comment down below with your email and I can email you. I'm also on Facebook. If you guys have got me on Facebook or see me on Facebook, I'm on there quite a bit as well. Beautiful razor, solid stainless steel. Yeah, just a wonderful, nice razor. Let's say since I bought the Wunderbar, it's just been relegated a little bit because I enjoy the Wunderbar so much. Right, I'm pretty much dried in, and I can tell you now, bottle shave is really nice. There's a lot of what you can see there. You can actually hear the moisture that's in there. It feels really moisturised, which is great. So I'm just going to finish off today with good old Nivea Too Faced. Love this stuff. Second bottle that I've went and started. So there we go. Good old splash. I'm not getting any burn from that at all. All I'm getting is the menthol now. The medicated Thayers really takes a lot of the nip out of the shave. The post-shave feel anyway, it just takes all that sting out that you're going to get from the alcohol burn. Some guys love the alcohol burn. Personally, I prefer the witch hazel burn with a little bit of alcohol and then move on to an alcohol rather than just boom alcohol, because it burns like buggery. But anyway, that's me done and dusted. This little blade here is going away. But I've had a great shave. I know it looks a bit, well, actually looking a bit red in the camera, but it's not that bad. It could just be the lighting. But yeah, thanks very much for tuning in. If you have not got on the giveaway yet, it's about 5 or 6 videos before. I've been popping them on the bottom of these videos as I go along, but I am struggling for time. I just sort of throw these things together at the end of the day and try and get them on, because there's just not enough hours in the day to deal with 3 kids and the wife and food and everything else that's going on, so I do my best. Other than that, guys, stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. Catch you guys next time. Cheers.